At 83, Clara thought moving to a nursing home would bring peace and care, a safe haven after years of living alone. Her family agreed, promising visits and comfort, but the reality hit hard. It wasn't just a new address, it was a new life, one she wasn't ready for. If you're considering a nursing home for yourself or a loved one, pause and listen. In this video, we share Clara's story and 6 hard truths she wishes she'd known, lessons that could change your decision. Stay until the end. These insights might save you from regrets you can't undo. Regret 1. Losing my independence. When Clara moved into the nursing home at 83, she thought it'd be a softer life, meals prepared, help at hand, no more worries about the house. But her first morning there shattered that hope. She woke at dawn as always, eager for her routine, coffee brewing, toast browning, a quiet moment with the radio. Instead, she was told breakfast was at 8, no exceptions, even if her stomach wasn't ready. Her days of choosing when to rise, what to eat, or how to spend an afternoon vanished overnight. Losing independence is the deepest regret for Clara and many in nursing homes, a theft of freedom that turns life into someone else's schedule. It's not just about small rooms or new faces, it's about losing the reins of your own existence. At home, Clara thrived on her rhythms. She'd water her geraniums at dusk, read poetry by lamplight, or walk to the corner store for apples, simple acts that anchored her. In the home, those choices dwindled. Want a late snack? The kitchen's locked. A stroll outside? Wait for staff if they're free. Even her clothes, her favorite blue cardigan, felt like a request when laundry rules favored uniforms over personal style. I used to decide everything, she says, voice low. Now I ask permission to live my day. That first week, she reached for a book, only to find her shelves replaced by a shared rack of worn novels, none hers. Her cozy chair where she'd nap with her cat was gone, swapped for a stiff recliner she didn't pick. The walls, bare but for a generic print, mocked her old home's warmth. Photos, quilts, memories stripped away. Her daughter, Emily, saw the change but couldn't grasp it at first. I thought she'd love the ease, Emily admits, guilt in her eyes. I didn't know it'd feel like a cage. Clara tried to adapt, ate when told, slept on cue, but each rule chipped at her spirit. She'd argue for a walk only to hear, maybe tomorrow. Studies show this loss of control can dim mental sharpness, even hasten physical decline. When you can't choose, your body feels it too. Clara's hands, once busy knitting scarves, grew idle. Her steps, once brisk, slowed to shuffles. I'm not me anymore, she whispered one night, staring at a ceiling that wasn't hers. The hardest truth: independence once surrendered rarely returns. You mold to the system or it breaks you. Practical tip: before choosing a nursing home, ask, can you keep your routines? Check if they allow personal items, flexible meals, or unscheduled walks. Visit unannounced to see the real flow. Rules matter more than brochures. If home's still an option, explore in-home care. It might save your freedom. I'd give anything for one more morning my way, Clara sighs. Don't. Give yours up lightly. Her regret isn't just a lost home, it's a lost self, a warning to guard your choices fiercely. Regret 2. Feeling forgotten. When Clara first settled into the nursing home at 83, her son Thomas promised weekly visits, Sunday lunches, maybe a card game like old times. She clung to that promise, picturing her grandkids' laughter filling the sterile halls. For a month they came, Thomas with coffee, the kids with drawings. But by spring the visits slowed. Sundays turned to calls, then texts, then silence. Feeling forgotten is a piercing regret for Clara, and so many in nursing homes, a loneliness that creeps in when the world moves on without you. It's not just missing faces, it's the ache of fading from the lives you shaped, a quiet erasure. No one means to cause but few notice until it's too late. At home, Clara was the hub, family dinners, holiday pies, her porch a magnet for neighbors. In the home, she became a stopover, a duty squeezed between soccer games and work. Thomas meant well, but life piled up. Deadlines, school plays, a new baby. They'll come next week, Clara told herself, staring at an empty guest book. By summer, she'd wait by the window, heart lifting at every car, only to sink when it wasn't theirs. Birthdays stung most. Her 84th came with a card, no faces, no voices. "They love me," she'd whisper, but love felt thin when the chairs stayed empty. Other residents mirrored her pain. Edith, 79, kept a calendar marked with visits that never happened. James, 85, stopped asking about his son. The common room became a vigil, eyes on the door, hope fading with the light. Clara tried to reach out. She'd call, leave voicemails, just checking in, but replies grew brief. "I didn't want to nag," she says, voice cracking, "but I needed them." Thomas didn't see her drift. He thought she was fine, cared for, busy with bingo. Studies. Show isolation accelerates decline. Without connection, the heart and mind weaken. Days blur into one long wait. Clara's spark dimmed, her laughter rarer, her stories untold. One night she tucked away photos too heavy to hold. "I'm still here," she thought, but felt like a ghost in her own life. Thomas realized too late, when he finally visited. Her eyes held a distance he couldn't bridge. "I should have come more," he says, guilt heavy. Clara's loneliness wasn't their fault, but it was her reality, a wound only presence could heal. Practical tip. If a nursing home's in play, plan visits like appointments. Set dates, stick to them even if brief. Calls help, but faces matter more. Bring a small gift, a flower, a cookie, to spark joy. If you're the one moving, ask. Family to commit up front. Weekly chats, monthly outings. Check how the home fosters connection. Some have clubs, others don't. "I'd trade 100 meals for one hug," Clara murmurs. "Don't let them forget you're waiting." Her regret isn't just absence. It's a life left on pause, a plea to stay seen before time runs out. Regret 3. Losing my sense of purpose. Clara's days at home were woven with meaning. Kneading dough for neighbors, tending her roses, teaching her grandkids card tricks. At 83, she thought the nursing home would just shift where she did those things, not erase why she did them. But weeks in, she felt it, a hollow ache where purpose used to be. No dough to knead, no garden to weed, no kids to teach. Losing her sense of purpose became Clara's third regret, a silent theft that dulled her spark. In a nursing home, routines aren't yours to keep. And without tasks to anchor you, life drifts, leaving you to wonder what you're waking up for. It's not just boredom. It's a fading of the self that once moved with reason. At home, Clara's hands were never still. She'd mend a torn dress, write letters, or clip coupons for the church pantry, small acts that gave her day's weight. In the home, those vanished. Meals arrived on trays, rooms were cleaned by staff and her roses, a memory replaced by a plastic fern. "I thought I'd rest," she says, voice flat. But rest without purpose feels like waiting to disappear. Days stretched, TV droned, bingo dragged, crafts felt forced. She tried joining a sing-along, but it wasn't her music, not her choice. Across the hall, Henry, 87, felt it too. A retired mechanic, he'd fixed neighbors' cars for decades, his garage a hub of chatter. Now, no tools, no tinkering, just a chair and a window. "I'm no use here," he told Clara, his eyes dull. She nodded, knowing the weight of those words. When purpose fades, so does the will to rise. Her daughter Emily didn't see it at first. "I thought she'd find new hobbies," she says, regret in her tone. "I didn't know she'd lose herself." Clara's knitting needles sat untouched. Why knit when no one needed a scarf? Studies show purpose drives health. Without it, minds cloud, bodies weaken faster. Clara's appetite waned, her steps grew heavy, not just from age but from a heart adrift. One day, she stopped brushing her hair. "Who's it for?" she thought. Emily noticed too late, finding Clara staring at walls, her old fire gone. "She used to light up teaching my kids," Emily recalls. "Now she's just there." Clara clung to scraps, a smile for a kind aid, a note to a friend. But the home's rhythm starved her soul, turning days into a countdown without meaning. Practical tip. Before a nursing home, list what gives you purpose: gardening, cooking, helping others, and ask if the facility supports them. Can you plant a flower, join a real club, or share skills? If staying home, get help to keep tasks you love. Even small ones matter. Visit homes to see daily life. Empty hours kill spirit faster than age. I'd give anything to feel needed. "Again," Clara whispers. Hold tight to what makes you matter. Her regret isn't just lost time, it's a lost why, a warning to guard the reasons you live. Regret 4. Declining health faster than expected. Before the nursing home, Clara at 83 was no athlete, but she held her own, sweeping her porch, climbing stairs, baking bread that filled her kitchen with warmth. She thought moving in would ease her load, not break her stride. But months later, her legs wobbled crossing the room, her hands shook lifting a cup. Declining health faster than expected became Clara's 4th regret, a cruel surprise as her strength slipped away. In a nursing home where everything's done for you, the body rusts from stillness, aging you quicker than years ever could. It's not just growing old, it's losing ground because the system trades motion for ease. At home, Clara moved with purpose, carrying laundry, tending herbs, strolling to the mailbox. Those tasks kept her limber, her heart steady. In the home, they vanished. Breakfast arrived without a step to the stove. Aides fetched her glasses, no need to rise. I thought it'd help, she says, voice thin, but sitting all day stole my strength. Her walks shrank, hallways replaced gardens, and staff urged rest. Over-effort. Soon, climbing from a chair felt like scaling a hill. She noticed others too. Lillian, 80, went from spry to slumped in months, her cane now a wheelchair. I didn't use my legs, Lillian told Clara, eyes distant. Now they don't. Work. Studies show inactivity accelerates muscle loss. Without use, strength fades, joints stiffen, even balance falters, inviting falls. Clara tripped once, her hip bruised, her confidence cracked. Fear kept her seated longer. Her son Thomas missed the shift at first. I thought she was just tired, he says, pain in his voice. I didn't see her fading. Clara felt it. Her arms, once strong kneading dough, grew frail. Her breath shortened crossing to the bathroom. Meals came soft, no chewing needed, but her appetite waned as her body idled. I aged a decade in a year, she murmurs, recalling a mirror that showed a stranger, hollow cheeks, slumped shoulders. The home's ease was a trap. Less effort meant less life. Aides were kind, but their help replaced her power, each task done for her a step toward dependence. One day she couldn't open a jar, something she'd done for decades, and wept not for the jar but for herself. I wasn't ready to be this old, she thought. Clara's body wasn't just aging, it was giving up, starved of the work that kept it alive. Practical tip: before a nursing home, ask, do they push movement? Look for exercise classes, open spaces, or therapy to stay active. At home, keep small tasks, stirring a pot, folding clothes, to hold strength. Visit facilities. Empty halls mean idle bodies. If you're there, walk when you can, even paces in your room. I'd have fought to move more, Clara sighs. Don't let ease rob your fire. Her regret isn't just weakness, it's a body betrayed by rest, a call to keep moving while you can. Regret 5. Loss of privacy and dignity. Clara's home was her sanctuary, doors she could shut, silence she could claim, choices she made alone. At 83, she didn't expect the nursing home to strip that away. But from her first day, privacy vanished. Staff bustling in, shared spaces humming, her life an open book. The loss of privacy and dignity became her 5th regret, a wound that cut deeper than she'd imagined. In a nursing home, your space, your routines, even your body, aren't fully yours. They're managed, watched, scheduled. It's not just about losing solitude. It's about shedding the respect of being your own person, a quiet humiliation that reshapes who you are. At home, Clara savored control, bathing when she pleased, dressing behind a locked door, eating alone if she wanted. In the home, those became privileges. Aides knocked but entered fast. Showers waited on their time, sometimes rushed, sometimes cold. I felt exposed, she says, voice tight. Like I wasn't me, just a task. Simple acts, changing clothes, using the bathroom, needed help. Each request a dent in her pride. She'd flinch when curtains gaped, voices carrying through thin walls. Her roommate, Agnes, 81, worsened it. Chatty, restless, her TV blaring past midnight. Clara craved quiet but had no say. Her room wasn't hers, just a corner of someone else's world. She heard others' woes. Frank, 84, grumbled about aides talking over him. Ruth, 79, hid tears when staff called her sweetie like a child. Dignity slipped in small ways. Meals chosen for you, clothes swapped without asking. Your name reduced to a chart. Her daughter Emily didn't grasp it. I thought she'd feel cared for, she says, eyes down. I didn't know it'd shame. Her adieu, Clara stopped fighting. Asking for a private moment felt futile when doors stayed ajar. One day, an aide walked in mid-dress. Clara froze, cheeks burning, no apology given. I'm not a person here, she thought. Studies show loss of autonomy erodes mental health. Shame festers, confidence crumbles. Clara's smile faded. She spoke less, fearing judgment. Her hands shook, not just from age, but from a soul stripped bare. I used to stand tall, she murmurs. Now I shrink to fit their rules. The home wasn't cruel, but its system was. A machine that smoothed edges until you weren't you. Clara's dignity wasn't just lost, it was taken, piece by unnoticed. Piece. Practical tip. Ask any home. Do you get a private room? Can you lock your door? Choose your schedule. Watch staff. Do they knock and wait? Speak with respect? At home, keep control with aides that let you stay private. If you're there, set boundaries. Request closed curtains. Timed help. I'd give anything for one unwatched hour, Clara. Sighs. Guard your space, it's yourself. Her regret isn't just exposure, it's a stolen core, a plea to hold tight to your worth. Regret 6. Realizing it's harder to leave than you think. When Clara moved into the nursing home at 83, she saw it as a trial run, a chance to test the waters, not a final stop. If I don't like it, I'll go home, she told herself, picturing her cozy kitchen waiting. But months later, the door out felt locked not by keys but by life itself. Realizing it's harder to leave than you think became Clara's 6th regret, a trap she never saw coming. Nursing homes aren't just places. They reshape your world, tying you with threads of dependence, family choices, and fading strength. It's not about wanting to leave. It's about finding the way back blocked when you thought it'd stay open. At home, Clara's life was hers, her garden blooming, her stove warm, her keys in hand. She thought she'd return if the home didn't. Fit, but home changed without her. Her son, Thomas, cleared her attic, sold her car, assuming she'd settled. We thought you were okay there, he says, voice heavy. Bills piled up. The house stood empty, a burden her kids couldn't keep. Clara's strength waned too. Stairs she once climbed felt daunting after months of flat hallways. I wasn't as strong, she admits, eyes distant. I doubted I could manage alone. Her confidence eroded, each day in the home making independence a memory. Others felt it. Margaret, 82, watched her condo sell, no place to return. Paul, 85, saw savings drain to fees, trapping him. Leaving wasn't just packing, it was rebuilding a life already dismantled. Clara tried to plan an exit. She'd lie awake, imagining her porch, but questions stopped her. Could she cook now? Her hands shaky. Pay bills when routines were forgotten. Thomas hesitated when she mentioned leaving. It's safer here, Mom, he'd say, worry in his eyes. We've rearranged things. Her home wasn't hers anymore. Furniture gone, rooms bare, a stranger's space. Studies show nursing homes shift realities fast. Physical decline and family logistics lock doors you thought ajar. Clara's spirit fought, but her body lagged. Getting out of bed took effort once spared for gardening. One day she unpacked, a suitcase, tears falling. This is my life now, she thought, not choosing it but stuck. Thomas saw her fade but felt helpless. I didn't know it'd be permanent, he murmurs. Clara's regret wasn't just staying, it was believing she could leave any time, a hope crushed by a world that moved on. Practical tip. Before moving in, ask, what happens if I want out? Keep your home intact. Don't sell or clear it fast. Test the home short-term if possible. Days, not months. Talk family through exit plans. Can they support a return? If there, stay active to keep strength for choice. I thought I'd walk out any time, Clara whispers. Don't assume the door stays open. Her regret isn't just a room. It's a life lost to a choice she thought reversible, a warning to plan every step. Clara's story lays bare 6 truths: losing independence, feeling forgotten, fading purpose, declining health, eroded dignity, and a door that won't reopen. Nursing homes aren't always wrong, but they change everything. Before you decide, weigh what you'll lose against what you gain. Could home care work? Could you fight for one more day your way? Share your thoughts below. What's one lesson that hit home? Subscribe for more wisdom to navigate life's big choices. Thank you for listening. Let's keep Clara's lessons alive.